Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is January 29th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, and as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to spend some time with you here this evening. Tonight, as you'll notice probably in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, I have one of our distinguished leaders within the Academy and lifetime Gold Club member Jocelyn Jones, who's going to be sharing with you here in a few minutes about her role in the Academy, a little bit about her history as a home business owner and online marketer, and some of the challenges that she's faced and overcome to get where she is today. Before we do that, though, real quick, for those of you that are here watching for the first time tonight, my name is Rex Harris. Again, it's always a privilege to be able to share what it is that we've learned over the years with people who are working to move their home business forward. Today is actually the official relaunch of the Academy of Home Business. We actually launched this in August of last year, and we had the first model up in place and realized that there were some things that we could do to dramatically improve what we're doing in terms of providing people with a educational service that would assist them in saving time and getting more practical hands-on assistance for doing what it is that you're doing, regardless of the business model. If you were on our hangout this morning, we talked about the three primary business models that we focus on because they're the most common in the home business workspace. The network marketing, the affiliate marketing, and direct sales. And based on that foundation that we have created, we're able to connect people with other networkers and affiliate marketers who are currently working in the home business space, living financially free, and are demonstrating, consistently, month after month and year after year, that they are they are fantastic at what they do. And that would be my cat Jackson. Everybody say hi to Jackson. He made an appearance on this morning's hangout. So with that, we're thrilled to be able to offer this to you. We've worked diligently to make connections with people from all areas, including the affiliate marketing, network marketing, and direct sales, who bring some phenomenal knowledge and practical application with them. Ricardo Rodriguez for network marketing, Laura McCarthy, affiliate marketing, the blog babes. I did that this morning too. Came out Blob Babes the first time. Blog, B-L-O-G, Blog Babes. Teaching video marketing, social media, and obviously the blog babes, blogging. They're masters at what they do. The images they create, the videos they create, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. It boggles my mind how Donna and Michelle are able to get as much done as they do, knowing that they have relatively active lifestyles. So it's a tremendous blessing to be able to have people of their caliber on board as Jocelyn Jones. We wouldn't even probably be having this hangout tonight if it wasn't for the support of this woman. She's been phenomenal to work with. Thrilled to have her as a new business partner, both in the Academy and the t-shirt business. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to her, let her introduce herself and share whatever it is that she'd like to share, and we'll go from there. So Jocelyn, the floor is yours.
All right, sorry about that.
There
I
you
had
go.
my
Now I hear you.
microphone muted. I had it muted and I couldn't get this dang thing to unmute. Well, thank you very much, Rex. I really appreciate you having me on here tonight and just having the opportunity to be able to work with you and Laura and everybody else. It has just been an incredible journey. And yes, you said I absolutely have had my struggles. I know what it's like to struggle. When I first got started back in 2009, I was looking for something to do from home because my husband's job as a loan officer was on the line, and I was trying to find something legitimate, the kind of that if something did happen, we would have to fall back on. And I got scammed out of a significant amount of money, unfortunately. And but it was a hard lesson to learn, but it was a lesson, and I just knew, I still had faith in network marketing because I saw people doing it. I saw them having success with it. And, I just kept thinking if they could do it, so could I. And I refused to give up. And I just kept, trying, and again, trying different programs, trying different businesses, connecting with different people. And one of my skills that I feel that I have is I've always had the ability to be able to connect with the right people. And so, I would say probably back in June of this year, I kept thinking, I'm able to recruit people. I can do, and build businesses and do different things. But the duplication piece and being able to show and teach other people how to do that, they seemed to get frustrated and would quit. And I was like, and I don't like being in competition with people. I really prefer to be able to help other people. And I've always wanted to do that, to help people build their businesses. And it's like, I kept saying there's got to be a way for me to be able to do this. At which point I am really convinced that that is what caused me to get connected with you and, where we have moved forward. And, of course, with the vision with the Academy of Home Business, because this way I don't have to be in competition. It doesn't matter what business or someone's in or what they're wanting to do or looking to do. We can still all work together to help each other, to share different ideas. I've been so honored and blessed to connect with you, to connect with Laura, with the T-shirts. And I really don't know what else you want me to say, just as far as I'm just so excited about everything that we have going on. I also, some of my skills is that I am able to create content. If someone is wanting to do information products, I absolutely would be able to assist them. I'm very good at editing, so if someone has a project that or, anything that they have, I can help with creating the fan pages, the social media, list building, if they just need some consulting to try to decide what kind of business if they don't even know where to start, I would be more than willing to sit down with them and, talk with them to see what their interests are, and then we can make a plan from there.
Well, very good, Jocelyn, and we certainly do appreciate you, and I highly encourage all of you to take advantage of Jocelyn's generosity. For those of you that are Gold Lifetime members, you have access to work with any of us here at the Academy one-on-one by simply sending a help desk request and setting an appointment. And we'll actually sit down with you and, whatever way necessary, whether you're watching our screen or we're watching your screen, walk you through the process of what it is that is going to perform best for your type of business. Because, there's multiple methods of marketing that you can utilize on the internet, but that doesn't mean that they're all great for network marketing. It doesn't mean they're all great for affiliate marketing. I mean, I would no more sit on the phone all day and sell affiliate products than I would in a pool full of glass. I mean, that would be a long, tedious grind. But if I can utilize the phone to generate, $700 to $3,000 in commissions per week, using a simple networking strategy or a simple phone strategy, well, I'm certainly going to choose to do that, because you will find here at the Academy that any of the scripts that we teach, whether it's, more direct sales, whether it's more network marketing, none of the scripts that we provide, none of the training that we provide is pitchy or salesy at all. What we simply do is teach people the correct way to connect people with a solution to their problem, and that can come in the form of sending them to a presentation video. It can come in the form of connecting them with another person. So as we've developed the vision for the academy over the last couple of months, one of the problems that many of us saw right out of the gate was um, the struggles and challenges that people have with written content and video as far as a learning tool. There's some people that learn very well with those type of resources, and there's other people that learn better, like myself, with a more hands-on approach. Actually, okay, you tell me what to do, let my hands do the work so I can absorb this stuff. And that's what we're going to provide for all of our Gold Club lifetime members here through the academy. So we're excited to venture forward on this new journey with those who would go with us. And starting next week, it's going to be axe to the grindstone. You guys are going to get to see me doing, what it is that I've done for so many years now that we're through the development and design process of the academy, and now it's just about going through and keeping the content updated and fresh, and giving you guys access to us, because like I state on the new one-time offer page, I believe that one of the greatest gifts that you could ever give to yourself or your family is time and money freedom. There's nothing like it. And to see just in the last 6 or 7 months, the people who I know in our workspace whose businesses have just flourished and are continuing to flourish. It's just proof positive that when you're doing the right things, you can get fantastic results. But a huge part of that is having a daily plan of action, having a process that you follow that you know for sure will convert for that type of business model. And we have proven scripts and strategies for network marketers. We have proven techniques for affiliate marketers, Facebook pay-per-click advertising, just an example. We have proven techniques that work time and again for people that want to take more of a direct sales approach, especially those of you that are excited about making the academy your full-time business. I know I've talked to many of you about that. And those people that are going to start working with me next week privately and exclusively, they're going to be learning some things that is going to give them the opportunity to transform their financial situation in a very short period of time. Because to this day, I am completely convinced that when it comes to business and it comes to making money, there's no faster way to make money in this world than learning how to sell a product. Because once you know the product and you know how to present a product, it's just simply a matter of doing the work to get the conversion. And I know a lot of people frown on that word, well, geez, Rex, I don't want to work. Well, we all have to work. That's just the way it is. I mean, lazy people don't get rich unless they win the lottery. That's pretty much just the way it is, either or that, or they're just some kind of genius. I'm sure there's a few people out there that have the lazy bone that have generated wealth in the past, but it is the exception and not the rule. The majority of the people on our planet who have created wealth for themselves are diligent workers. They're organized workers. Okay, they plan their work time, they plan their time off, and they follow, again, a specific schedule, a specific process. And here's my cat again. They follow a specific process, and that process gets them a result. So let's look at a process. For example, let's use Ricardo. Ricardo is a network marketer. He has been in his new business opportunity for the last 10 months. He spent a long time with another company. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he decided to move on from that, found another company that he could really put his focus on something he believed in a very short period of time. With that company, has generated a consistent 5-figure monthly income for his family in less than a year. Darren Little did the same thing last year with a company called Explosial. Within months, using a conversational marketing strategy, in 2 months, created a 5-figure monthly income just chatting with people on Facebook. That's all he did. And it's just a matter of learning how to get the result. Well, I can't say that. It's not a matter of learning how. It's a matter of learning how and applying what you've learned. A huge challenge in that, and it's something that we talked about earlier today, is time consumption. if you're working a full-time job, if you're raising children, you're involved in your church, you have other extracurricular activities and hobbies that you enjoy, all of that requires time. I mean, most people with a job, their job requires 36 to 50 hours a week, sometimes more. Where then do you find the time to learn what it is that you need to do to grow your business and then apply it? Because, I mean, you stop and think about it. You're working 8 hours a day. You're sleeping 8 hours a day. There's 16 hours already gone. That leaves you with another 8 hours, give or take. If you're spending an hour or two in the evening learning and an hour or two in the evening applying, that's, anywhere from, 3 to 5 hours, in most cases more. Most people are spending, until they get to that point of frustration where they just don't know what to do anymore. They spend countless hours on there because they're excited at the potential that this has. But there has to be a happy medium in all of this. And one of the things that we discovered that we could do to rectify this problem was to offer people the opportunity to learn and actually do the mechanics at the same time as we guide them through the process, because that way it's easier for you to retain, and you have that person there that's going through the process with you, so you don't feel like you're alone. And a lot of people struggle with that, and I'm not just talking out the side of my face here. I mean, I'm speaking to you tonight after years of market research and surveys, and people will tell you exactly what it is that they want, and all you have to do is provide it. And basically, after years of talking to people and hot seats, and learning from people who know way more than I do, it was easy to see that we needed to make some significant improvements to what we were doing with the Academy if we ever had any intention of the service that we provide actually generating a result for people. So here it is. We're excited to bring this to you, and we are looking forward to many, many happy years ahead of us as we continue to grow this platform and create a community in this workspace of people who is good with sharing their time with others. There's a lot of people out there that, and I can appreciate that because I like free time as much as anybody, but at the same point in time, I'm also a firm believer in supporting the people, who do business with you, not only from a customer support role, but also, if you're a recruiter in a network marketing deal, spending time with people so they have access to you, so you can show them, those things that you're doing that are generating a result. Okay, now I understand that, you can only do so much. You can't force people to actually do the work, but with the method of education that we're bringing to people, we believe that there are going to be many more people who are going to be able to learn this efficiently and at the same point in time save time because of the fact that they're learning and working at the same time. So it's a fantastic model. We're excited about it, and we're really looking forward to opening all of those doors here over the next several days to those people who want to be part of this. So we're glad you're here tonight, and with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into some training. We're not going to go real long here tonight, but I do have some things that I want to go over based on what we've been talking about lately in regards to IBO Toolbox. I know many of you have heard this before, but I keep coming back to this resource because of the fact that it is an absolute gold mine. People don't understand how much money that they can make through this free social network. That's right, it's free. It doesn't cost anything to be part of IBO Toolbox. And generally what I teach regarding IBO Toolbox is a conversational marketing strategy, but we're going to be focusing a lot on that this week. We've already talked about that earlier today. So what I want to do tonight is go through and walk you guys through the new banners that we've created, and there's more on the way. We've got a decent number in there, many of which have been created specifically for IBO Toolbox to match their banner size requirements. But I think that you'll see tonight that what we're going to be sharing with you is going to attract people in a new and unique way, because we're not pitching products, we're not pitching services, so to speak. Okay, we are presenting people to people. It's a technique that I have used over the years, and I've had a tremendous amount of success doing that. I built one entire business opportunity doing nothing more than referring people to the person who was running the show. That's all I did. I didn't tell people what it was. I only told people what it was doing for me, and then connected them with the person that shared it with me. That was it. Ricardo does the same exact thing when it comes to building his network marketing business. Okay? He calls the right people. He utilizes the right conversational strategy, and his primary focus is to get people to a presentation and let the presentation do the work. Okay, most people, when they start in this workspace, have not developed those presentation skills yet, and they go out there and they try to pitch and sell, and they have no idea, what they're doing. They get excited about the product, and they start sharing, everything under the sun regarding the company. I mean, I can't tell you how many phone calls I've been on where after 10 minutes it was just like yawn, because I had to hear about the company's location, the size of their facility, how many employees they had, their assembly line, their packaging, and it's like, you know what? I could not care less about all of that stuff. None of that stuff is going to help me make a determination as to whether or not I'm going to participate in a business opportunity. What's going to, from a business standpoint, attract me to a business opportunity faster than anything is the ability to turn a significant profit with it. Okay, if you watch Shark Tank or Dragon's Den or any of the shows like that where entrepreneurs offer other budding entrepreneurs the opportunity to partner with them and invest in their businesses, these are people who follow that same mindset and that same philosophy. They're not going to do anything with that unless they can turn a profit with it. It's not charity. And yes, they sometimes hear stories from people that have been down and out and, are just trying to find a way, and what they end up doing is, in most cases, not giving those people a deal. And the big part of the reason is that as much as you might be doing business with a heart, you can't sacrifice the profitability of your business to take unnecessary risks. And that's the lesson that can be learned right there in all of that. If and it's like I tell people too, and I say this out of respect, I don't say this to be spiteful or cruel. I hear a lot of people come into our workspace and tell me, geez, Rex, I just want to help people. What do you want to help people do? I want to help people become free. And one of my first questions to them is and I will always ask them, I said, okay, it sounds to me like we're going to talk a little bit of business here, and I hope you guys are taking notes when people start asking me these things. And this is something that you can use to overcome so many of the questions that people pose in terms of, so how long have you been with this business, and are you making any money with it? I mean, how many of you have ever been asked those kind of questions? There's a very simple way to overcome all of that. When anytime somebody asks you any of those questions, here's what I say. So, well, it sounds to me like we're just going to kind of get down to it and talk business here. So it's cool if I'm candid and open with you, right? Oh, absolutely. Okay, the control of the conversation is completely yours at that point in time. Okay. So it sounds to me like we're going to kind of get right down to it and talk some business here. So it's okay if I'm direct and candid. It's cool if I'm just direct and candid with you, right? Absolutely. So now the floor is yours, and this is where you can start turning up the intensity as far as questions and stuff like that are concerned for them. Because if somebody comes to me and they ask me, well, Rex, how long have you been in the business and how much money are you making right now? I'll say, okay, well, I'm good with answering the questions like that, but I'm going to be direct and blunt, you know about a couple of things here. You're good with that, right? And a lot of people will immediately start to back down and listen to you when you posture yourself like that. Okay, and you don't have to be an expert to posture yourself like that. You don't have to be a full-time home business owner. You don't even have to know what you're doing. All you have to do is know the technique. Is that when it's like a computer program. When I do something, on my keyboard that tells my computer to do something, my computer's going to do that. Okay, when I hit the A button, provided everything is working correctly, I'm going to get an A when I type the A button, or I'm going to get a colon when I hit this shift in the button with a colon on. Okay, well the same thing applies here. All right, it's just a matter of the consistency with what you're doing that's going to get you the results that you're looking for. All right. And the more that you practice this and the more you hone your skills, the more the things that we're sharing with you are just going to become second nature. They're going to become habit. So when you're on the phone with somebody and somebody does ask you one of those questions, one of those questions that come up, so, well, I don't want to lie to people, Rex. I'm not really doing very good in my business and all this good stuff. Well, again, all you got to do is when people start asking you questions like that, say, I'm happy to sit down and have a real conversation with you, you know, about business, because it sounds like that's what you want. So it's cool if I'm just blunt and candid with you, right? And that's when I'm going to start digging into what they've got going on right now. Because the truth of the matter is, and I love the way Ricardo puts this, when people ask me that question, well, how much money are you making right now? How much money I'm making is completely irrelevant. How much money I'm making right now has nothing to do with your business. Even if you're going to join me in a business opportunity, I could be making $75,000 a month. That doesn't mean you're going to. That doesn't mean you'll ever even get excited about what we're doing. Because chances are, someone has just joined a business opportunity because a friend told them, yeah, that there's a cool way to make some extra money, and they get into the thing and they have no idea what it is or what to do with it. Okay, so when you practice the techniques and strategies that we're sharing with you guys, okay, you're going to be able to do that same exact thing, like I said, because it's going to become habit. Okay, the master key system touches on that over and over again throughout the pages, as far as the consistency in forming new and good habits, getting past certain hangups that you might have about communicating with people or talking with people online. And I mean, if you're here tonight and you say, well, Rex, network marketing and direct sales isn't just for me, I just would like to sit down at my computer, post some ads and make some money, then the first person I'm going to tell you to call is Laura McCarthy. Because that's basically the affiliate marketing model. Not that you'll never talk to people or can't ever talk to people, but if you're just direct selling products using pay-per-click advertising on Facebook, outside of interacting with the people on your fan page, there's really not a lot to do as far as sales and stuff like that is concerned, because if you're selling t-shirts through Teespring, they handle all the support. They handle all the shipping. They handle all the customer details, so you don't have to. Okay? Well, you can take that approach, okay, with the other methods of marketing too, but understand the other method of marketing, when it comes to network marketing or direct sales, ladies and gentlemen, that's a person-to-person, talk to people business model. That's just the way it is. And I think a lot of people get into network marketing and direct sales and are totally unprepared for what it takes to actually make money, in those particular business models, and they find themselves lost, confused, searching for different ways to make money, and a lot of times they just quit. They give up because they were never able to connect the dots. Well, a huge part of connecting the dots, ladies and gentlemen, is connecting with other people, and that's what, one of our fundamental objectives are here is to present to you, who has the solutions to the challenges you're facing and get you connected with them so you can learn directly from them. And we're not talking about people who are, broke but want to help people. We're talking about people who are successfully turning a profit with their home-based business every day, every week, or every month. Their family is benefiting from that. Their lives, at the very least, are improving. And for the most part, are working from home full time. That's one of our primary criteria here, that you are working at home and that your business is profitable to the point where you are living, at a certain level of freedom in your life. Because quite honestly, when I hear these people say that all the time, I mean, I commend people for that. I understand. I enjoy helping people too, but there's only so many things that you can do. I can't go to somebody's house and do the work for them while they, sit around watching TV. That's not the type of help we're talking about. We're talking about, for those people that are ambitious enough to learn this stuff, to sit down with them and walk them through the process so they can make that a habit and they can begin to develop a daily process and a daily routine for whatever it is that they're doing with their business. All right. So with that, we had a few minutes left here, so I want to show you what my strategy is going to be here on IBO Toolbox with the banners. If you're utilizing IBO Toolbox, you can actually buy advertising credits here. And I encourage you to do that even at the basic level so you get a contributor badge, because believe me, anything that you can do for branding where people see that you're putting some skin in the game, that's a good thing for you, even if it is just $10 every couple of weeks, so you can keep that. You will get traffic through the banners here, and we are in the process of getting ready to install some new banners here that were just created today as well. So if you want to do some banner advertising on IBO Toolbox, I recommend when you're doing paid advertising on IBO Toolbox, Facebook, or anywhere else, that you start small and work your way up. Don't go in and spend a mass amount of money on advertising thinking you're going to get fantastic results, because a lot of times people do that, and the next thing you know, they burn through, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 and got nothing in return. And if you don't believe me, many of you probably are familiar with a gentleman who I respect in our workspace. His name is Vic Strizhouse, who shares a very, similar story in that regard. When he got started marketing online, actually took out a $20,000 loan, thought that he had everything nipped in the bud, that he was going to be able to turn that $20,000 into an amazing amount of money marketing online. He ended up losing everything and never making a dime from it. Okay, it can happen. So the key is to start small, find what converts, and then scale up. All right. But as far as the mechanics are concerned, okay, inside of IBO Toolbox, you have the ability here to create ads by simply creating the Create New Ad button, and you can choose a text ad, a 468 by 60 banner, a 250 by 250 banner, or a 728 by 90 banner, and you're going to find those banners when you log. Hold on, I gotta go back to the main page. I'm still in the admin panel here. Here real quick. Okay, so when you log in here and you come over to your affiliate tools, you will see the new banners that we've added. There's actually still one old banner in here. I got to refresh that because I think I'm looking at a cookied page. This should fix that. These are the old banners here. There we go. There's the new banners. Okay. You'll notice that we're really focusing on people here, because that's what's going to, attract more people. One of the things I learned, years ago when it comes to doing what it is that we do. Is people want to be loved, they want to be needed, and they want to be part of something, and that's what we're offering them the opportunity to do, is become part of something, and have the ability to connect with some quality people in this workspace so they can start to move forward. Okay, now we have the majority of the banners here, the 468 by 60s, the 250s by 250s, and we have one of the 728 by 90s that are perfect fit for IBO Toolbox, and we even added a smaller button banner in here tonight as well. And forget about this green thing down here. I'm actually going to be swapping that one out here tonight as well, plus adding more. There's going to be a variety of different types of banners promoting the Blog Babes, promoting Laura's training, promoting Ricardo's training, really getting people connected with people, getting away from this, for those people in direct sales and network marketing, this constant mindset that, that you can do that, on autopilot. I've never seen a network marketing business built on autopilot without somebody actually doing something that communicates a process to people and gets them to a presentation. I've not seen it. And for those people that are, willing to embrace this and utilize the techniques that are available to you through learning from the people inside the academy, you guys are in a position to have a serious advantage over most people, because most people aren't going to go through the action steps. Those who go through the action steps get results, okay? And like I said, I'll use Ricardo as an example. I'll use Laura as an example. They have set up a process with their business that they are running from their home. So they are doing the right things, doing the things that are going to consistently generate a profit for them. Okay, and they're not the only ones. Donna Rios, Michelle Grigsby, myself. I mean, there's countless other people that are seeing what we're doing and stepping up and wanting to, share what they're doing with people through the academy, which is going to be exciting. Okay, so all of this starts with getting the word out there. It's completely different from what everybody else is doing. A friend of mine that maybe you've heard of in our workspace, her name is Barty Toto. She's they used to refer to her as the queen of social media back in the day when social media was relatively new. She used to say the same thing to me all the time. Very successful. When Rex, when everybody else goes right, you go left. And we've been watching everybody follow the same path when it comes to training for so many years in this workspace. Right now, it's like, well, what if we turn things around, and instead of making the recorded trainings and the written content the primary focus, making hands-on training, one-on-one, and walking people through the process the primary focus, and make the other stuff secondary. Then that's what we've done. And I understand that with the traffic volume this website is going to generate, that we have taken on a tremendous task, but we're up to it. And the reason that we're up to it is because we understand the power of creating, a plan of action that takes us through a process every day. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of an idea how this is going to work here before we wrap this up, for those of you that would like to start running some banners on IBO Toolbox tonight. Obviously, when we're using IBO Toolbox, for those of you that don't understand what this is a social network loaded with home business owners, affiliate marketers, internet marketers, so on and so forth. Because of the fact that the majority of the people that come into our workspace make very little money doing what it is that we do, it is said that there's a 97% failure rate in, the world of the home business. Okay, I think the failure rate, quite honestly, is probably a little bit higher than that, depending on what your definition of of failure is, I think that if we're talking about people that are actually running a profitable business from home that keeps them there with their family full time, we're talking about less than 3%. If we're talking about people that are actually taking the knowledge of how to generate a profit and creating wealth with it, we're talking probably less than about 0.5%. I believe, just based on the people that I know, and I know way less people in our workspace who are successful than I know who aren't, just through the membership sites, my mailing list, so on and so forth. Okay, so what we want to be able to do is offer the people in IBO Toolbox a solution to one of the problems that they're facing with their business. So if I'm running banners on IBO Toolbox, you'll notice that I have multiple pages here. I've got 2 lead capture pages where I can collect email addresses through Aweber. If I just go to marketing system and you got an Aweber account, there's a video there that walks you through the process of how to set all that up. It's very simple. And then we have hangout pages. We've got a hangout page for the blog babes. We've got a hangout page for Laura McCarthy, and now we've got a hangout page for just the training that we provide to all of you fine people here at the Academy. And the reason that we do this is because if I'm chatting with somebody on the telephone, okay, my methodology in this, as you know, is very straightforward. I have 3 different techniques that I use for the 3 different types of people, or actually I should say 4, 3, I guess, I don't know, 3 or 4, I guess, depends on how you look at it, the different types of people in IBO Toolbox. You got the new members, you got the new associates, you got your old associates, and you got the people that you don't know. Okay, well, you're not going to talk to those 4 people the same way every time. What I'm going to say to somebody that's new to IBO Toolbox when they join is going to be completely different than what I'm going to say to somebody that's a new associate of mine when I call them. If I'm calling somebody who's brand new to IBO Toolbox, here's what it sounds like. Hi, is Bob there? This is Bob Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? Well, I'm great, Rex. Thanks. How are you? Hey, I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. Say, listen, I was just doing some work in here, and I happened to see your picture pop up there that you had just joined the community, so I wanted to call and say welcome and see what I can do to help you get started here. That's it. All I'm doing is making my time available. It is the greatest incentive that you can give online, I'm convinced. Okay, I'm not talking about going out and creating capture systems that says free 15-minute coaching session. Everybody's doing that. What people aren't doing is calling people and offering them their time. So do that. When everybody else is going right, go left, because going left is what's going to take you to greater levels of profitability. If everybody else is going right, I mean, good grief, that's all money they're going to have to share if they're all going after that pot of gold. Well, if you go left and you do something different and unique that nobody else is doing, guess what? Okay, your results expand, exponentially. Okay, so the approach that we're taking with the banners is pretty much the exact same approach as far as appealing to that need so many people have, somebody show me how to turn a profit with this thing. I got a business, I got product coming every month. I'm on auto ship. Now I've tried calling leads. I've tried doing all these different things. Somebody show me how to make some money with this thing. That's the message that we want to get across to people, is that we can walk you through the process of how to do that, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're promoting. It doesn't, if it's a legitimate network marketing company, then the techniques that we use will work for any network marketing business, so long as you've got a video presentation to send people to, because there's no need to do anything else. There's no need to do twice the work. If I got a presentation that does everything I need to do on the internet, why in the world do I need to do a presentation? Why not just call people, find out, find out what's going on with them, and have them check out the video. And it's easy for me to do that when I've called somebody. I'm just calling to see what I can do to help you get started. So let's say, like the other night, we talked with a gentleman who was brand new to online, brand new to the whole thing, brand new to home business, all of it. It was his first day. And he somehow, some way happened to find IBO Toolbox. I don't remember how. So I called the guy on a live call the other night. And when I went through and I evaluated his profile, and I saw what businesses that he was, or what it was he was promoting. He was actually promoting ClickBank products. I started asking him about that, and I would simply ask him, well, what are you doing as far as traffic is concerned? How do in order, you're going to need people to see that product in order to buy it. How are you going to get people to take a look at that product? And he had no idea. So I was able to immediately, because of the fact that it was an affiliate product, say, well, hey, you know what? Laura McCarthy, one of the gals that I work with, is doing a workshop tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time that would be a great fit for that. What's your best email address? And that guy gave me his email address instantly the other night. Sent him over there and I invited him to the workshop. I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow. Okay? This is simply a matter of connecting people with what it is that they want or need. That's all it is. And believe me, the people inside IBO Toolbox want and need someone to step up and walk them through the process to, let them see that, look, we're not keeping secrets from you. We're not hiding anything. A lot of this stuff isn't super technical. I mean, what we do on IBO Toolbox isn't technical at all. Because the truth here's the truth of the matter. If you make it a point to start talking with only 5 people in IBO Toolbox every day, and you multiply that by 30 days, okay? Numbers don't lie. Check this out. If I'm talking with 5 people in IBO Toolbox every day for 30 days, that's 150 people that I could be talking to every month. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were talking to 150 people per month, having an actual conversation with people, don't you suppose that you're going to find 2 or 3 people out of those 150 who are going to take advantage of what we have to offer inside the academy? Let's talk about our private exclusive trainings for seniors. Okay? We've heard from many seniors over the years the challenges that they face in learning the computer stuff and everything else. So what did we do? Well, we are designing a specific plan of action for getting people who are in their retirement ages that are struggling with some of these, mechanical things, access to somebody that can actually work with them directly. Now, if you suppose that you're talking to 150 people per month and you find 3 people who are in a position where if they just had someone who would walk them through the process, they believe they could be successful, you suppose you could sell 3 $997 one-time offers to out of 150 people? That's 3 people. Let's say you do that for 3 people. And for those of you that don't know, okay, our gold members at the Academy get the lion's share of the commissions. Okay, $997 divided by 4 equals $249 times 3 means that every time a gold member refers another gold member to the Academy, they earn $747.75. Now, let's say you talk to 150 people and you only do that 3 times a month. Okay, well, let's say you begin to get proficient at this. Okay. And out of that 150 people, you start getting a 10% conversion because you're working it diligently. What? Let me do that again. See what I mean? It's all a matter of following a daily process that's focused exclusively on your business. exclusively on your business. Ricardo Rodriguez is successful because he gets up every day when he's working his business and he follows the same marketing strategy. He follows the same plan every day, and that's why he's able to do what it is that he does. That's why he's on a cruise right now with 400 plus of the top marketers in the world, including Mike Filsame, who just got married on that cruise. Okay, because he's able to do this. And, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, anybody can do it. I mean, the truth of the matter is, anybody that can read and talk and is willing can do it. Will they do it? Well, I have no idea. Okay, you don't know until you've presented people with the information, and that's when you're going to find out, where the rubber meets the road. Are they gonna chicken out because lo and behold they've actually got to talk to another human being? With this type of strategy, I don't know. Are they going to gravitate to something different like affiliate marketing? Perhaps. All right. But regardless, there's going to be a percentage of people out here that embrace what it is that we are sharing. And like I said, imagine just being able to do half of that every month. Let's say you get 7 people out of the 150 you talk to by talking to 5 a day. 5 people a day. And you'll never have to purchase a lead. And you'll never have to do anything other than have a free IBO Toolbox account, pay attention to the new members that are coming in, and work on building a new associates list and getting in contact with those people, all of which I'm going to show you how to do starting next week. And if you're already a member of the Academy, the training's already in there anyway. Okay, I'm going through and updating it all, but it still applies. The scripts are practically the same. The videos are practically the same. It's just I'm updating it. But the information is all still valid. It's just a matter of applying it. Okay, next week in the afternoons, you guys are going to get to hear me, come in here, and I'm going to be dialing for dollars. Okay, Monday through Thursday for 2 hours every afternoon, I'm going to be coming in here and IBO Toolbox and dialing for dollars and showing you guys, look, this is not as challenging as what you think it is, and the majority of the people are going to say yes to at least taking a look at what you're doing, especially if you find somebody out there that says, well, I've really found that I enjoy the blogging and Instagram and all of that stuff. Well, that's when you're going to say, well, fantastic. Have you got your, do you have a blog set up? Yeah, I do. Well, what are you doing for traffic? Are you getting a lot of solid traffic through Google or the social media or Facebook or anything like that right now? And if they say no, guess what? You say, well, you know what? It just so happens that Michelle and Donna, some people that we work with, did a fantastic training the other day, and I believe that's still online right now. Let me get that for you. What's your best email address? And you know what they do 9 times out of 10, 99, more than that, 99 times out of 100? For those of you that have actually witnessed it, what do? Okay? They give you their email address. That's exactly what they do. They give you your email address. My camera is transitioning from screen back to computer, so forgive me for a moment. But they will give you their email address. Oh, yeah, here's my email address. Boom. There you've got it. That goes in a text document, so you can continue to invite people to other cool blogging workshops that the Blog Babes do. They come, they start to learn to love the Blog Babes. They learn to love you because you connect them with the Blog Babes. They create an account in Academy. They become a lifetime gold member because they understand the value that's there. They spend $997, and you get the lion's share of that at almost $750. Okay? 5 times a month if that happens. Okay? For most people, that's a lot of people. That's life-changing money. You might say, "Oh, come on, Rex. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's not life-changing money for a lot of people." You better believe it is. You'd be amazed at how many people out there are living on meager amounts of money that most people couldn't even begin to grasp. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone who's looking to start a business online, and they tell me that they barely have money to buy food for their children right now. It's like, well, if that's the case, why are you looking at starting a business? It sounds to me like maybe you need to, you know, if you really need to make money that desperately, it sounds to me like, you know, direct sales would be a good fit for you. Oh, I don't want to sell anything. Well, hold on. What if I could show you a simple, straightforward way to where you could earn fantastic commissions just like a direct salesperson without having to do any actual selling? Well, what do you mean? And I can use something from the Ultimate Script. Well, let me ask you this: you ever referred somebody to a movie or a restaurant? You ever done that? Yeah. Do you ever get paid to do that? No. How would you like to start getting paid to do exactly that? I would love that. Fantastic. Boom. I mean, everything we teach inside the academy, ladies and gentlemen, works in your favor. No long drawn out scripts that try to qualify people or play games and waste people's time. It's just simple, straightforward. Look, you know, obviously, if you're in a position in life where you have found yourself, needing to make more money or wanting to make more money, or something come up where you absolutely have to find a way to generate more income, you know, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm telling you, you can sit down at a computer with me on any given day, and if you're willing to do the work, I can walk you through a process that works without fail. Okay. Am I going to get 3 and 10 with it? I don't know if I'll get 3 and 10 with it, because I don't know that a lot of the same numeric psychology, I guess you would call it numeric psychology, applies, to online sales as it does offline sales. But I tell you what, if I'm talking to 150 people every month, and if I'm doing this for you guys 2 hours a day where you can listen in and even participate with me, you know, I mean, how would you like to be on the phone with me next week when we're talking to somebody, participating, and we get a $997 sale and I send them to your URL? Not mine. If we're working together and we're on the phone and we close a sale, guess whose URL do they go to? They go to you. They don't go to me. Okay? That's the way that we're going to do this. Okay, so you've got to ask yourself, geez whiz, are these guys for real offering this for only $997? And the answer is yes, we are for real. Been a lot of people in our workspace for a lot of time that have been taken advantage of when it comes to training and information and stuff like that. And I'm not here to be a crusader and put a stop to it or anything like that, because it's just going to continue. It's always going to continue. Okay? You're going to have good business and bad business and everything in between, and in all areas of business. Okay? The only thing that I'm here to do is share what I've learned over the last decade with, as many people as would like to learn it and then go apply it to their business. So with that, oh man, I actually went a little bit over tonight. My apologies for that. I was only planning on going about 45 minutes, but I guess sometimes you just get on a roll. We are going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight. Tomorrow at noon Eastern time, we will have the blog babes for those of you that missed Tuesday, because of the fact that Michelle and Don are both going to be out of town this weekend. We are going to be replaying the Tuesday Hangout tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. For those who haven't seen it, you can actually go watch it right now, but I will be sending out an email. And then I will be doing another workshop with our Golden Pro members tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'll be sending out an update for that as well. We've been working diligently to get this academy up and running, and I'm really excited to be able to dig in and start promoting it again. That's been the biggest challenge over the last month and a half or so, as we've been going through the process of getting this to do what we wanted it to do, was getting it done so we could start promoting it again. And I'm thrilled that we're able to start doing that again, effective tonight. So, and I know many of you have already come to me and you told me that you've had people that wanted to get signed up in the academy, and that is all set up and ready to go. And we gave it a lot of consideration, and I don't know how many people are aware of this, but we got the $997 one-time offer. People get one shot to take that. That's it. If they bypass that again, they will never be able to get the membership for $997 through the website. Again, as a matter of fact, inside the academy, if they do bypass and want to do the one-time gold lifetime membership, it'll be $1,497. What we've done on the back end of that is for those people, because I already know people say, well, just $997 is a lot of money, and I don't know if people will spend that. Well, I'm here to tell you they will spend it, and they will spend it every day, over and over and over again. Okay, they do. All right, they spend $5,000 to go all in with Empower Network. I think it's probably more than that now, because I know it was when I went all in with Empower Network, it was easily around $5,000. You know, but it was worth every penny I spent because I learned a ton and I made some fantastic friends and relationships with Empower Network. But as long as you know, people are willing to follow along and are willing to, you know, step up and not be afraid and just say, you know what, my family's future depends on this, my future depends on this, our freedom depends on this, you know, our financial future depends on this. You know, I'm going to get in here, I'm going to do whatever it takes. You're going to have people in there that are willing to, you know, walk right down the path beside you. So everything that you could possibly find is here, and you're going to find people out there. And I'll tell you, for those of you that decide to do the work, you're going to see, you know, a week, 2 weeks down the road, oh man, I can't believe six people signed up in the last 2 weeks. I know. That happens. The first time it ever happened for me, it was crazy. You know, for those of you who haven't heard the story, then I am going to shut up and wrap up with this. You know, I was working as a block pastor in Phoenix, Arizona. And for those of you that don't know what a block pastor might be, we actually worked with it was a ministry called Adopt a Block through a church out near Scottsdale. And what we would do is we would go out on the weekends and we would distribute Bibles and take people food, pray with them, you know, all that good stuff. And it was an experience that, you know, transitions in such an amazing way into you know, your heart for the business. But you know, we would go out there and we would you know, work with these people and talk with these people, and you would see so many that, you know, that would talk the talk, but as far as walking the walk was concerned, you know, it was you know, there was the gate that leads to life, and there are a few who find it, and a lot of times that applies to business as well. For those of you that follow the Bible, but you know, you still have to give people that chance, and you have to give people that opportunity, and that's why we're doing what we're doing here now. So I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate your support over the last few months, and you know, getting through all of the mechanical changes that we needed to make with the server and the hosting, and you know, we're thrilled to be able to bring this to you. Forgive me if I'm getting a little bit choked up tonight. This has been a project that's been in the works for a long time, and excuse me, to see it culminate finally into something that I know many of you are going to go to bed tonight and put your head on the pillow and feel pretty good about what we're doing. I know I am. You know, I'm excited to know that, you know, for those people that are going to be willing to pick up and embrace what it is that we're sharing here, you know, are going to be able to go out and they're going to be able to transform their life. And if you don't think that this is possible in a very short period of time, ask myself, ask Ricardo, ask Laura. You know, this can happen for any of you that make the decision, you know, to make it happen. All right. So with that, I'm kind of just losing my bearings here completely tonight because I'm starting to starting to get a little bit choked up here because this is it's really cool to see all this coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and quiet down before I babble on endlessly. You guys don't want to hear that, and neither do I. I'm sure my wife and kids don't want to hear it either. So again, real quick, tomorrow we got the Blog Babes at noon, and then you'll have me again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for this is going to tomorrow 3 p.m. Eastern time will be open to all Gold and Pro members. The majority of my trainings, I will be doing a couple of trainings that will be exclusively for the Gold members, but the majority of the training I'm going to be doing through the Academy will be for Gold and Pro members, because the majority of the training that I'm going to be bringing to you is the strategies that I've been using over the last several years to accomplish what it is that we have done. Oh, and now that my train of thought just came back into the station, back to the block pastor story. I was working as a block pastor in Phoenix, Arizona. We were flat broke, and I had found an opportunity that I really wanted to get involved with. I believed in it. I believed in the person that was running it, and it had a $2,000 price tag on it, and we had about $1,000 to go toward our rent money, and that's all that we had. Being a block pastor out there was very rewarding work, but it didn't pay very well. And at that point in time, when we were only relying on one income with Tammy working, that was a challenge. But to be able to, and getting back to where I was, to be able to sit down and have the absolute control over your financial future, knowing that you can sit down at the computer anytime and sell something is an amazing thing. And that's what I had learned to do out there. We were flat broke. I had nothing to do, and I didn't believe that you could make, even after all the years of success that I had. I just believed that it was this monumental thing that you had to overcome to get to the point where you're actually making any significant money. And long story short, somebody did for me one night what we're doing through the Academy for as many people that would want it. They actually sit down and walk me through the process. And then over the next 2 weeks, I did $16,000 in sales with over $8,000 in commissions, just chatting with people on MySpace and on a social network called Wowza, if any of you remember that. That's all we were doing. We were just chatting with people and inviting people to take a look at what we were doing. The same thing I'm showing you guys. This is a fantastic model for those of you that are ready to step in and make some significant money in a short period of time. I'm thrilled to be able to start sharing this stuff with you guys. So with that, we're going to bid you adieu for now. We will see you tomorrow at 12 and 3 p.m. Eastern time. And thank you very much, guys. It's going to be a tremendous pleasure to embark on this journey with all of you. Jocelyn, thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate you. And sayonara for now. See you tomorrow.